Hear me? Before this year is out, you will answer for your crimes before God Almighty! And you, King Philip, no punishment is too heinous for the great evil you have inflicted upon the temple! I curse you! Curse you to the 13th generation of your blood! You shall be cursed!
I'm Sean Fox at PlayStation News Now, your source of news, rumours, reviews and video game discussion. Basically everything PlayStation. Today we're reviewing Assassin's Creed Unity on PlayStation 4 post-patch 4. Some of you may recall I was pretty vocal regarding the whole parity thing, and true to my word I refrained from purchasing and reviewing the game until Ubisoft fixed it, and at least to a more acceptable, more playable level. Why? Because I'm worth it, and so are you. Before we get into whether the game is worth a look in its current state, I just want to relay to those who are thinking of purchasing Assassin's Creed Unity, maybe on the strength of this review, I don't know, but the game is now a very reasonable £24.99 via Amazon.co.uk, and I'm pretty sure the US has its own similar deals. It's where I purchased my copy, and I'm pretty glad I did, some few months after release, as I refused to pay full price at launch, pretty much just on principle.
What should we do now? Shh. Listen. Don't worry, they'll never think to look for us in here.
So let's start with the visuals. Honestly, Assassin's Creed Unity has some pretty awesome graphics. The game is set in Paris. I'm pretty sure I never saw the city rendered in such detail before. Everything looks exquisite and regal, with a colour palette straight out of a beautiful oil painting. There are literally several hundred, if not thousands, of NPC characters going about their everyday lives, and the sheer numbers are testament to what these 8th-gen consoles are truly capable of. There is a little character pop-in here and there, mainly because of how the game engine procedurally renders moving images into view, but it's certainly not a game breaker in any way, shape or form.
We are betrayed! Draw your swords, men! Defend the temple! Not you, brother. I have a different task for you. Come with me.
The sound is of equally high quality, with bustling crowds and environmental audio helping to immerse players into the period in which the game is set. The soundtrack is a truly wonderful mix of modern-day synth and classical music that fits the timelines like a glove. Anyone who has ever played an Assassin's Creed game, and I'll bet that's a whole lot of you, will know the game is based on a virtual time travel in an attempt to restore order or chaos depending on your views to the game's very rich and vibrant world. Intrigue and conspiracy feature heavily in this successful franchise, largely revolving around the Illuminati and the Knights of the Templar, a series of conspiracies that still exist today.
Consumed in flames of hunger and wrath, thus came the age of true wisdom.
Assassin's Creed Unity is an action-adventure, story-driven romp, relying heavily on narrative and mild choice with consequences, of which in itself is engaging enough for players to want to see this until the end. If you like getting lost in plot, scheme, and enjoy absorbing a game's world, then Assassin's Creed Unity is right up your street. The game has some online elements, with the ability to link up to 4 friends for co-op missions, but at the time of this review and due to time constraints, I was unable to test this mode, but I have heard it is serviceable and can be a ton of fun with the right players.
Yes.
So exactly how does Assassin's Creed Unity perform post-patch 4? Well, truth be told, I thankfully never got to experience the issues that had plagued this game at launch, but I did watch a ton of trusted YouTube videos, and it was clear to see the woeful frame rate that prevented the game from truly shining at launch. So what I have is my first experience, and honestly, it's way more playable after patch 4. There are still some instances where you can clearly feel the chug here and there, but it's not a game breaker, and it feels quite similar to the dips and frames in the current version of GTA 5, although GTA 5 suffers frame rate drops in fewer sections than Assassin's Creed Unity, but it's certainly not irritating. unless you're always used to playing games at 60 frames per second or more on other platforms such as a PC, although it must be said, the PC and indeed Xbox One versions of the game had fared just as badly as the PlayStation 4 version at launch. I'm certainly glad I eventually picked up Assassin's Creed Unity, because it has all the pillars in place to be an excellent game, but for the time being, or at least until patch 5, which hopefully will improve things further, Assassin's Creed Unity has resigned itself to being a very good game, but it deserved to be so much more. Had the game launched with a locked 30 frame per second, it could have been an easy 9, but as it stands, Assassin's Creed Unity gets an 8 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, please show your appreciation and hit the like button. Join PlayStation News Now's growing community and subscribe for more PlayStation news, rumors, reviews and game discussion. Basically, everything PlayStation. And until next time, thanks for watching.